Welcome to Men's Style Fashion. Who are
Thanks.
you and what do you do?
I'm Greg Minnaar, I'm from South Africa and I race mountain bike downhill, the discipline,
Right.
yeah.
There's a great history behind, in what you do. Talk about your highlights in your career so far.
The highlights of my career, I've had won 2 world championship titles,
Wow.
9 years apart, so it took me a while to win the second one.
Yes.
And I've won 3 World Cup championships as well.
Wow.
So those are probably the highlights of my career.
How do you get to that level? I mean, the perseverance mentally,
It was tough, especially coming from South Africa. We race on such different tracks, and we race in forestry, so it's really tight. I mean, you come out here and you go to natural forest, so it's really open and fast. So for me to come out, I left school a bit early,
Yes.
shipped over to Europe, and
Yes.
got to learn to ride in the mud and faster tracks. And so yeah, it took some time. I went over when I was 16.
Right.
Got on my first pro team when I was 18, and we all went from there. But yeah, there are times when you just feel like you're never going to make it, and you just have to regroup and understand that you've sacrificed so much to get there, so you just have to persevere.
What do you mean by regroup? What?
I think when you're under pressure, so much pressure from yourself to perform, because you know that you've made all these sacrifices, it's hard. So you have to just kind of one day just realize how lucky you are that you've got this opportunity, and you're going to have to make the most of this opportunity and really.
Did the sport choose you or you chose it?
It's kind of weird. I grew up in South Africa racing motocross. I lived for motocross, and I raced for 11 years, 12 years or so. Parents bought a bicycle shop for some unknown reason. My dad ended up having to be in the weekends, and both my parents were in the shop all the time, so I never got to practice motocross. And I'm a pretty competitive person, so as soon as my results started to slide, and I knew I could ride better than that, I kind of started to lose a little bit of interest in motocross. And
Is there a link between motocross?
I think so, yeah, just the speed, the high speed stuff. So anyway, because my parents had this bike shop, we got bicycles, and my sister was racing at the time. I went out and tried it out and kind of enjoyed it, and it's something I could do with my friends. Didn't need my parents to take me to a track and load bikes and all that. So yeah, I guess the sport kind of found me.
Right,
Yeah.
brilliant. We're in Andorra at the moment. The conditions, talk us through the conditions. They're pretty wet up there, huh?
It is, yeah. We were here 2 weeks ago at a test event just to check it out. It's a new track and new kind of venue in Andorra. So it was super dusty, you hardly could see a thing. It was like riding in the snow. It was so sketchy everywhere, and we come back and the rain's just washed every bit of dust away. It's now down to the rock underneath, so it's going to be pretty sketchy at places. There's a lot of roots that come out, roots get really slippery in the wet, and the rock's going to be well slippery. So it's one of the steepest tracks we ride on. At some points it gets super steep, so it's going to be an interesting practice tomorrow.
Is it one of the most challenging tracks for you, because you go all around the world?
Yeah, we travel a lot through many different countries. I think it's going to be one of the most challenging. It's quite physical up top.
Right.
The altitude plays quite a big part in that too. So you're going to hit all the really gnarly stuff when you're totally out of breath and probably seeing stars. So it's going to be challenging down bottom.
In Google, I was reading this morning, the highest research is actually sportswear.
Okay.
Talk us through your kit. Like who, do you choose your sponsors? How does it work?
Yeah, so I race with the O'Neill kit. O'Neill and myself came up with their own design and their own signature range, Greg Minnaar signature range. So from the knee pads to the shorts, jersey and gloves, is all my signature clothing.
So with that gear, if I was wanting to start off in this sport, is there a difference in quality of the gear?
Yeah, I've had a lot of input into the clothing. So from the way the knee pads actually work, to the fit of the jersey, to the fit of the shorts we wear, the weight of the shorts. I have a lot of testing with the clothing. So the gear that I race in has been specifically made to the needs that I have, and I think that a lot of other people can benefit from the same kind of needs. If you're all in the similar kind of riding position, you're going to feel similar kind of feel in the clothing, for sure.
Do you connect with the bike? I know that sounds like an odd question.
When you connect with the bike, it's normally pretty hard and sore and leaves a couple of scars here and there.
No, what I mean is...
It's not like a love romance when you connect, it's all lovely and sexy. It's kind of bloody, gory, and you normally end up in someone else's bed in the hospital.
What I mean with the super bikes, they notice a difference if you know, when there's like maintenance on the bike. But I'm loving the other answer as well.
It definitely is. You have quite a sensitive feel on the bike, so you feel everything from the shoes to the gloves, all your contact areas. The bike itself, we do a lot of suspension development, gearing, handlebars, and everything's all specific to what we do and how we feel it works best.
Right. Training regarding, you know, to get to this level, what does it entail?
Quite a lot of endurance, really, for a gravity sport that people think you just roll down, and there's quite a lot of endurance. I train up to probably 2 to 3 hours on the road or cross-country riding. That's probably one of my longest rides, not every single day, but most days. A lot of intervals for power, gym work, but more specific gym work, and a lot of core stability as well. So it's quite a lot of stuff, and also like to cross train as well. You know, I throw in a bit of jogging and running, and sometimes kayaking. And then I use it as an excuse, but I really love surfing, and so I kind of just make out that surfing is the greatest thing for downhill. So like almost like a squat position when you're standing, so I just pretend that it's supposed to be good. And you know, like when you flick up onto the board, that's kind of my push up. Like when you throw it, I just make shit up just so I can go surfing as much as I can.
No, that's brilliant because it gives it a kind of a variety.
My rest day is definitely down to the beach for a surf if I can.
Right. And diet?
Diet, we try and stick to a whole diet as best we can. So fast food, very seldom.
Fast food?
Yeah, very seldom. It's mainly eating whole, fresh foods, and you know, as soon as you eat healthy, you do get a craving for chocolate. So, or Coca-Cola. I have a craving for Coca-Cola. But I try and eliminate Coke. I'd rather eat chocolate. And so they say, you know, anything over 70% cocoa is good. So I have slabs of chili lint chocolate.
I'm a big fan of chili chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Men's fashion this year is exploding, and the big thing is down to a tonk guy, a fit guy. What is your message to guys who just really can't be bothered going to the gym?
I don't know. I'm one of those people. I don't really like going to the gym. I don't think you have to go to the gym to be fit.
Right.
But I feel terrible if I go through 3 days without exercise.
Right.
And you know, I like to be social. And when you're social, you have a couple of beers and a couple of drinks, and you need to train. You know, you need to burn that off somehow. So, you know, for me, I've always been quite an athletic person, luckily enough. So I do a lot of other sports as well, and I just always maintain a good fitness. I don't like going to the gym, but there's different things you can do. Kettlebell workouts are good fun as well. And you know, the nice thing, go to kettlebell exercise or even yoga or something. There's lots of girls around, which is also nice eye candy, you know, if you want to have some motivation. You know.
No, that's a great answer. What are you expecting out of this competition? Where do you?
Well, it's our third World Cup this year, and I started off quite poorly on a track that I did normally very well at. So I need a good result here, and I'm a little bit tired of that hard training week. You know, we're preparing now for World Championships in South Africa. It's in my hometown.
Right.
Literally a kilometre from my house. Yeah, there's a ton of pressure. So I'm gearing up this year mainly for that race. So I'm a bit tired from quite hard training week. So I feel like I'll be a bit tired, but I think I've still got a decent chance here. I'm gonna go for sure.
Yeah, no. You were talking about South Africa. Have you ever won there?
I've won. We've had 3 World Cups on the same track.
Right.
I won the first one, got second in the second. I won the third. So I've got a good chance, but it's a physical track, and I know the pressure is going to be so immense. It's crazy, and you know, it's not a very big city I'm from, and these guys are my friends and all the fans are coming pretty gnarly. You know, they think that I've won before, so I should win, and downhill's not like that. It's so much can happen in the 4 minutes of racing. So it's really down to that final run. So I've really got a lot of pressure to get exactly right on that last run. So if all goes well, I've got a decent chance, but I've got to still make it happen.
What's running through your head within those 4 minutes? Like, how is it? It's like going to war in a sense.
Hopefully, not a lot, because as soon as
you don't think
you got to think of what's coming up, because you got to be prepared. But as soon as you start thinking about other things, you give yourself a chance to make mistakes. So you got to be downhill racing. Your focus is crazy. You got to be 100% focused. So I get this like in the zone face. And even when I'm playing PlayStation or something, I get this like serious face. So I try and like get the serious face when I'm racing, just so I'm like it's all about just hitting each corner as fast as you can,
Yep.
trying not to break, just trying
Right.
just to get through as fast as you can, carry the speed. But sometimes if you don't break and you carry too much speed into the corner, you lose more speed coming out. So it's this fine line of risking a lot to try gain a little. So
Yeah.
that's what downhill's about.
I interviewed a world champion canoeist 3
Yeah.
or 4 weeks ago, and he said it's so difficult to always stay on top, and why do we get sort of criticised and coming in second and third?
Yeah.
What's your message to the guy that keeps coming in second and third and hasn't won a race yet?
Yeah, it's tough, I mean, I've been racing now for over 10 years, and it's
Yeah.
hard to come back. And from getting to the top, the only way from there is down. You
Right,
can't get higher
yeah.
than the top, so it's hard to stay there. But you have to kind of, what I find, and maybe this is the same thing in fashion, you have to keep reinventing yourself all the time. So you come in one season and you're unbeatable. The next season you come in and you suddenly further down. So you have to kind of move with the changes and the fashions of training.
Yeah.
And the sport's the same thing. We've in the last few years we've gone wider and wider and wider with the handlebars, just because you're more stable, you
Right.
carry more speed, the suspension changes, you have to keep evolving with everything.
Yeah.
I think that's why you can get stuck in a position and start to fade yourself, instead of changing with the younger generations and keeping things alive. I think that's how you have to be. You can't be stuck in the same place.
No, it's true. Is there a link between what you do in fashion, like when you win, like in the
You party.
in the
Probably the only link is the party afterwards.
right? So, what would you wear to one of those parties? I mean, Grand Prix is incredibly elite. The men's, they come in their three-piece suit.
Yeah, no,
What's happening
there's
down
no
there? Hoodies
suit.
and
Mountain biking's quite bland. I think the biggest problem is everyone's so nervous to just be themselves. You've
Right.
got this cool group, and if you're not in a black hoodie and
Yeah.
dark jeans and you're not
Right.
kind of cool enough, and there's quite big stigmatism about it, and you got to kind of be this way. So it's not the most
so who's
fashionable
going to be
place.
the man that will change it? Because it's exactly the same in the superbike. You said.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's just the
same
way
thing.
that people go. I think
Right.
it's they're more worried about the fashion on the bike, how they look. What you might not notice is fashionable on the bike,
Right, talk
a
us
rider's
through
going
that.
to notice. So
Right.
there's certain crazes. You've got to have the vase on your help at a certain level. It's got to be a certain brand or something similar.
Right.
If you ride a certain pedal, you're more fashionable than that
Wow.
person, but you might not be as quick, but
Yeah.
you look better.
Right.
So there are, within the industry, there's some fashions on the bike, and people, they'll notice if something that's not quite as hip as.
So
everyone
why couldn't you
else.
transcend that brand into mainstream?
I think they spend too much time focusing on everyone else's fashion on the bike and making sure everyone else is fitting in than actually what they wear. So
Right.
I think you should wear what you feel good in. So
Yes.
if you really like something, just wear it. It shouldn't matter what everyone else thinks. I think that's what fashion should be.
I agree. 80% of women judge a man's confidence by the way he stands and the way he sort of presents himself. What
Okay.
is a confident man to you?
Well, see, that would be someone on the bike and on the track,
Right.
and it's the same thing in racing. A confident guy, you can see the way he's riding in practice.
Yeah.
I'm actually total opposite. I'm very, I have zero confidence when I'm on a bike. So I kind of use it to one of my strengths.
Wow.
It's something. It's just when I'm on track practicing, you got everyone coming past, and I really can't see myself coming close to anyone. And
Right.
I see these guys. I think shit, he's going really quick, and he's
Yeah.
maybe like a top 50 rider.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I really need to try harder, and I just push myself even more to
Yeah.
try and exceed. I think that's been one of the strengths is probably my weakness of not being confident on a bike. I'm confident in my ability to do
Yes.
things, so
Yeah.
if I feel I can jump off there, I'm pretty confident I can do it. But it's when I see other guys, I think he's really riding quick, or so it's.
Brilliant.
It's
What's the
kinda
average
different.
speed you're going down? Is there?
I think we're
Is that-
probably 30 to 40 k an hour on a track like this, maybe a
Right.
bit faster. It's really steep. Sometimes the steeper tracks, you're more on the brakes trying to control your speed.
Right.
Whereas in South Africa on some bits there, you're going over 80 k an hour. So
Wow.
you don't really want to come off, because then you're going to have a new fashion to probably your face or your arm or something.
Yes, I can highlights.
Naturally tattooed face or something.
Right. Have you had some major? Have you been physically sort of
Okay.
incapacitated?
Yeah,
through
I've
your
had
career?
I've been okay.
Right.
It's
Brilliant.
I've had I've got a big scar down my quad. I had compartment syndrome in my left quad, so they had to do a fasciotomy and release all the blood and whatever out the leg. So I've got a big scar, and that's probably the most ugly looking thing. And I've had dislocated shoulders and broken collarbones, but I'd hope not to do any more.
No, I'm into that. Just finally, what's been your highlight of your career? What's been the biggest moment?
The biggest moment. I don't know. I mean, I've been racing, as I said, for 10 years on the World Cup scene. So, you know, I had my first win when I was 19, my first World Cup overall, and my first World Cup win, and that was pretty special. But you know, racing World Champs last year and winning that, it was after 9 years of trying so hard, it makes it that much more special. You know, the first World Champs I won, I was 21, and just like, you know, it was alright. You know, it was easy. I'll do it again next year, and it took me 9 years to get back. So I mean, I won racing too, but not World Champs, not the one-off. So yeah, it's, you appreciate a lot more when it's
so it's the journey actually.
Oh yeah.
The journey leading up to it.
Sure.
Greg, what can I say? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
And I'll be rooting for you up there, definitely.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.